Hey guys, today we're introducing to you the idea of Federalist versus Anti-Federalist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down the center of my paper to kind of give you an idea that there's two different sides. Just like when any group of people, especially a group of very well-educated men, are going to get together, there's going to be disagreement and there's going to be different schools of thought. On one hand, we're going to have the Federalists. Okay, and if there's a word in there that you've seen before, federal. Federal is another word for national, aka they may or may not want a strong national government. I'm just saying, don't put words in my mouth, but pretty sure that's what they're talking about. And then there's another group referred to as the Anti-Federalists. I was gonna use green, but then I decided to use this very fun brown. And apparently it's a smelling marker because it has the black thing right here, which means it's smelly. So I'll tell you in a minute what it smells like. Anti-Federalist. So, weird, a Federalist and an Anti-Federalist going against each other. Who would have thunk it? That just seems crazy. The Anti tells you that they are not a fan of a large national government. I don't know, another crazy idea I had. Okay, so first off, we're going to talk about the powers of what a Federalist's core beliefs are. Kind of going to scoot Anti-Federalist over to the side. First off, a Federalist is a fan of a strong national government. Now here's the thing. The reason I'm writing it in a dark blue and not a light blue is because navy blue is like a power color. Like, it's an important color. When you have like a navy blue power suit, that means like that's your suit that you go into the office and you rock it out in. So I'm writing this in navy blue to show you that it is a strong color because they like a strong national government. Next, they want a government controlled by wealthy citizens. By wealthy, not just wealthy actually, but well-educated. This group of people don't really think that every person, government controlled by wealthy, well-educated people, they don't really believe that every person is qualified to vote on a president. They don't think that every person can possibly know all the facts going into it. It's the idea that there are certain people out there that may just vote for someone because maybe they'll just get free candy. Wouldn't you want to vote for the candidate who's going to give you more candy? They're afraid that some, crazy politician is going to get in his head that he should give out candy. This is not what they really think, but for example, this politician's going to get it in his head, we're going to give out candy if you vote for me, and there might be people that are foolish enough not to think that, you could probably just go to any restaurant and as you leave, just pick up some free candy. It's there. They also, all their policies, as I said, I just said police. Policies, that's a little I right there. Policies are favorable to trade. Policies favor trade, business, busyness, and finance. Again, guys, they're well educated, they're wealthy people, so obviously they're going to be a fan of business and finance. They want a national bank. Now, whoa, Ms. Puckett, what are you saying? That someone who believes in a strong federal national government would want a national bank? What? That's crazy. I know. I'm about to blow your mind a little bit more. They want protective tariffs. Why did I just spell that with two? I just spelled that with two T's, and I don't believe in spelling things wrong. Not usually, at least. They believe in protective tariffs or taxes on imports. They have strong ties with Britain. They're fans of Britain, but not France. They like Britain, but not France. They kind of think that France is filled with hotheads. And finally, famous Federalists are going to be people like John Adams, kind of the who's who. John Adams, if you're in my class, the man we talked about that was kind of smarmy, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. James Madison, who will go on to be known as the father of the Constitution. And finally, probably their, I'm not going to say their best supporter, but their most legitimate supporter, George Washington. A little bit about why the, sorry, I know that kind of looks like an A, but it's a G, I promise. A little bit about why the Federalists are Federalists. So a little bit about why. They really want to avoid problems that arose under the Articles of the Confederation. So I'm going to turn this to the side. Whoa, are you craning your neck? You don't have to really tilt it to see, I promise. Avoid problems created by AOC. What is AOC? Use our thinkers for a minute. Articles of Confederation. I just probably said that really loud into the mic, and I'm sorry. Okay, so take a second. Take a picture in your brain. Federal means national. Strong national government. National bank. They're a fan of Britain. Notice the red and blue here. See what I was doing there? What's up? What's up? All right, next. Anti-Federalists. Anti-Federalists, if the Federalists are a fan of a big national government, well, what could you think that an Anti-Federalist will be a big fan of? I'm going to wait for a second, let you ponder. Are you pondering? Are you pondering? How about now? How about now? Okay. Limited. They're a fan of a limited national government. These are the people that, I always think of these people as people that are kind of still a little bit mad that the Articles of Confederation didn't work. They're kind of the people that sit back saying, well, the Articles of Confederation didn't work, we had a weak central government, but really we just want a limited national government. Let's just limit them a little bit more. They are really looking, they're a big fan of states' rights. I'm going to write that in here, states' rights. These people are going to think that a lot of the power should reside with the states, but we're going to, as we found with the Articles of Confederation, remember what this one was? States are blaming each other. When the states aren't unified under one big national bank, it causes problems. It's going to cause problems. It's going to cause disunity. So even though they're a fan of states' rights, that got them in trouble with the Articles. They want a government controlled by ordinary citizens. And again, I'm shortening words here. By ordinary citizens. Ordinary. They believe that if we have a government that's not ruled by ordinary, everyday citizens, then we're really not functioning under the idea that all men are created equally. They're a little bit more favorable to, they like, I'm just going to write like farmers, that's why I'm writing in brown actually, artisans, skilled workers. I'm writing in brown because I always think of people who work hard and who are like laborers, always have like, they get their hands dirty, so that's why they're written in brown, because these are people who like to get their hands dirty, like to really work hard, kind of get into the nitty gritty. Again, anti-federalist, anti-national government. They're a fan of states, banks. Again, whoa, Miss Puckett, these people who are a big fan of states' rights, like states, banks, that just seems like crazy talk. I know, let me blow your mind a little bit more. They think free trade is the way to go. They think we should limit protective tariffs. And finally, they love, I'm going to draw a little heart here, France. They love France. Another little heart. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm going to fill it in with a little bit of red. They love France, strong ties with France. They're not a fan of Britain. These are kind of the people who are still, they're still kind of glowing after the American Revolution. They want to avoid abuse that was under British rule. Most important thing I can tell you here, and I'm going to find a green thing to write this with. This is the beauty of their plan. This is the green that comes, at the end of the dirt. Think about that logic for a second and see if it blows your mind. I don't know. They insist on a Bill of Rights. They insist on a Bill of Rights. They're going to think that's the most important thing, to limit the power of the national government. Okay, famous Anti-Federalists were Thomas Jefferson. He was actually going to end up being one of our presidents. Jefferson. A man named George Mason. And I believe George Mason is the man who said, "I would rather cut off my arm than ratify the Constitution as is," and he was referring to the fact that there was no Bill of Rights attached to it. And then finally, Patrick Henry, good old Patrick Henry. His famous quote is, "Give me liberty or give me death." He was that real big, very, very strong patriot. These are going to be people who are very strong patriots, who still have a huge problem with Britain. They're kind of still holding a grudge. Anyways, we're about to do an activity. This will be posted on my YouTube channel, which I'm going to write right here. Dun dun dun. U.S. history is my fave, because let's face it, it's my fave, and I know it's your fave too. Yay! Okay, hope this was corny, cheesy, and all kinds of marvelous for you. See y'all later.